Hello everybody, I'm Fred Milliken and I'm a pet sitter with DFW Pet Sitting Services, and I'm here today at the Rowlett Animal Shelter with Victoria Miles and Asher Moore. And we're here today to talk about numerous things about the animal shelter, but most importantly you have a major event coming up and it's called Adopt-a-thon.
Correct.
So tell me what Adopt-a-thon is all about.
So our Adopt-a-thon, we reduce our prices down to $25. Everything in here is $25. You can take a dog, a cat, multiple dogs and cats home, and everything is just $25 each. We are also doing a fundraiser that day as well on October 26th, and it's our Halloween event.
It's a Halloween event, and I understand. Can you adopt dogs that day
Yes, you can.
and cats?
Mm-hmm.
So and at a reduced rate.
Yes.
And along with that, aren't you having some time for the kids, some candy and bounce houses and?
We're going to have a couple bounce houses. We are actually going to have a doggy costume contest from 2 to 3. And then from 3:30 to 4, we're having a dog and child costume contest. So the cutest and cleverest costume combination wins.
Wow.
And we have prizes for it.
That sounds like a lot of fun. So it's a sort of a dog, cat, pet, and human celebration and fundraiser.
Yes.
Is that what would be good to call it? And this takes place Saturday, October 26th from 10 to 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. I think it's going to be a great, and it's right here, the headquarters at 4402 Industrial Street?
Correct.
Okay, that's where we are now, folks, at the Rowlett Animal Shelter at 4402 Industrial Street in Rowlett, Texas. There are other questions I think that our viewers would like to know about adopting in the animal shelter, and there's a couple of things I'm curious about that I don't know. Not every city or town has an animal shelter, right?
Correct.
So the major cities would have one, and the outlying smaller towns would have to feed into the major ones.
Mostly what happens if you're in a really rural area, they can do privatized or there'll be regional. County may have something. The larger cities, or let's say medium to larger cities, most of them do have some sort of animal shelter or animal services.
Okay, and this is a private or government organization here?
This is a government.
Okay, so it's run by the city of Rowlett?
Correct.
Okay. And one of the things that I was looking up on animal shelters is that a lot of stuff you do, I didn't realize that you did. For instance, I think one of the most important things that to get across to our viewers is registering your pets.
Yes.
Why is it important to register your pets?
Registering helps the city and the state keep up with current rabies vaccinations. So a registration tag is directly tied into a rabies vaccination.
Okay, and it identifies a lost pet too.
It can, yes.
All right, and so if you have a microchip in your pet, you don't need to register, right?
No, in Rowlett you still do.
Right.
Some cities don't require it, Rowlett still does.
It's important too for the rabies end, right?
It is, yes.
And you offer services or you refer services to spay, neuter, and vaccinations for the dogs that you place, and you can refer people to other facilities that are reasonably priced. Is that right?
Yes, no, we do have for every animal that comes out of our shelter, as far as adoption, they are all vet checked. We have a vet contracted with the city. So they go to them, they do all of the required medical before they ever go up for adoption. Now if it's for an individual, a citizen, we do have a list of services for low cost or reduced cost.
Well, one of the things I noticed on your site was humane trap rental, what I used to call have a heart trap, for those people that have wildlife running around the yard and, you know.
So we only offer those in emergency situations.
Emergency.
With that is because trapping wildlife really doesn't solve any issues.
Right.
Taking wildlife out of an environment just invites more into that environment. So we actually don't recommend trapping.
Okay. But you do deal a lot with lost and found pets, right?
Correct.
And you do take in lost pets and you do care for them, and put them up for adoption if nobody claims them, right?
Correct.
And you go out into the community, correct? I know you go out to bring these pets in that are just kind of wandering the streets.
We do. We do for dogs. Cats, here in Rowlett, there's no such thing as a stray cat. So we don't pick up cats unless they're contained in a trap, a carrier, a cage, something. Well, with dogs, we do.
And you have officers that go out into the community and, well, for instance, answer nuisance complaints
Yes,
or
we do.
other problems that ensue?
Yes.
What would some of those be that you would go
Well,
up?
like you said, dogs at large, there'll be nuisance barking. We even do things like check on fences to make sure that they contain animals. We respond to bite calls, so if an animal does bite somebody. Welfare calls, somebody has a concern about whether or not a neighbor, friend, even family member is caring for their animal. We'll respond to all those kind of things.
Very, very nice. Now, tell me what I need to know that I didn't ask.
Well,
Or I should say me, I should say the viewers, you know, I mean,
So-
this is what we make this for.
just from animal service, animal control standpoint, lock your gates.
Uh-huh. Lock your gates,
Lock your gates. You have lawn guys, make sure the gate's closed when they leave.
right?
And check your fences. Anything to add?
Just about our live release rate.
There you go.
So we are considered a kill shelter just because we are under a municipality. But we do have a 99% live release rate. The only time that we ever truly euthanize an animal is if it's medically necessary and it's the kindest thing that we could do for them. We do get code red where we get full-on dogs, but we have such a great outreach with the community and rescues that we are able to maintain that 99% live release rate.
If you got all booked up in here, you have volunteers for the overflow that could take in some?
All we have to do is reach out to the community and everyone would step up to help us out.
Do you do any investigation or processing of abused
So
pets?
the way that works would be animal cruelty. We
Yeah.
will start the investigation. That has to be prosecuted by the police department.
Right.
So we go and we gather the information on it, and then we work with the police department to see it through.
Okay, that's great. And again, we want to come back to this Adopt-a-thon, which is going to be a nice fundraising and good time by all kids, parents, dogs, cats. Everybody's going to have a great time. And you can adopt at a reduced price, and you can have some fun in the process. We're going to have a contest for best dressed dog costume. And then we're going to have a contest for the kids, for their best costume,
With the kids and the dogs.
and the kids and the dogs together.
Yep.
And then we're going to hand out some candy, bounce around in the house, take pictures, or do whatever.
Correct.
And
We
it's
have- We have tons of prizes too.
tons of prizes. So, you know, you all come out here, you know, October 26th, Saturday, 10 to 5 p.m. at the Rowlett Animal Shelter at 4402 Industrial Street in Rowlett. We hope to see you then.